find EFL Bob one underneath. You can go to the roll the RP net one should be in there. You are.
Let's go.
All right. Are you on the map? You're on the map too.
It's loading campaign right now. But...
Oh, okay. Good deal. What happens? I'll be right back. All right. Tim, pop away for a moment.
See.
We.
Oui. All right. Everybody ready to go?
Yep.
All right. Yep. So last time we left off, the five of you had answered summons for a job in the town of Waymoot to investigate strange happenings inside the King's Forest. Something indicating decent pay and potential danger. After meeting up at the Bashful Maiden Inn, you all met with your contact eventually and each other. Your contact name being Kivin, a local lord of Waymoot, indicated to you that there had been several reports of strange happenings inside the forest, primarily aggressive animals. Upon talking with one of the individuals, a local ranger named Arvin, he had also indicated that not only had the seemingly docile animals for the most part become more aggressive, including a fox that had bitten and lashed onto his forearm, but that nature itself seemed to have changed a little bit. It felt alien to him and no longer like his home. The following day, you met up with Arvin again, who led you into the forest to about a half hour from where he said a strange structure had been spotted, an archway of some sort made from black obsidian. And from there, he said, this is as far as I'm willing to travel on my own. and left you to move the rest of the way by yourself under the knowledge and guidance of Kerr. After traveling for a little bit, you were ambushed by a pack of wolves that seemed to have strange features to them, much more elongated and angular ears, as well as their fur appearing to have almost a more metallic sheen to it, and a variety of colors that kind of scintillated across the fur. After defeating and defending yourself against the animals, you ventured on until you found a clearing about 15 minutes from the landmarkers that Arvin had given you. You found a stone archway, including a hastily constructed house or cottage in the woods. And after Kerr had stepped onto the obsidian pedestal and received a little bit of damage, you guys moved to investigate the house. While several of you were in there, a figure steps out from behind a tree, and as Kovac was investigating some of the surrounding area, fired a icy blue bolt at him. And that is where we ended last time, with the surprise round being over. So if everyone wants to go ahead and roll initiative, go ahead and add it.
Oh, I have no initiative thing.
I am in the King's Force.
You're in the what?
I'm on the King's map.
Oh, King's Forest map. How about that one? Are you there now?
It's just a dex check.
Yeah.
There we go. That's it.
About what we expected after all
That's
those
where I
good
need
rolls, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
As far as Rith and Kerr, how would you guys like to order yourselves? Since you guys had the same and basically have the same dexterity, so either one of you like to defer to the other.
I will defer to Rith.
Okay.
That works.
All right. So, Rowan, you have the first go.
So since last time you said that I saw the icy blue bolt come by, I'm gonna be like, what the hell? And then I'm gonna be like, it came from over there, and point in the direction of where the bolt came from.
Okay.
Then step out, and I would like to, I guess I have to draw my bow.
It's a bonus. It's basically
Okay, then I'll shoot an arrow at
free
him.
action. It's part of the attack action.
Cool.
So, go ahead and fire away. $15 to hit. Will just hit. It kind of sinks into his. You can see now. I mean, you guys had noticed that the clothing that you were pulling up seemed to, like I said, be traditional. Very covers the entire body, and you can see these people. You can't really see much of the person you're attacking. They're garbed in mostly black, including their face. So, but a 15 does hit. You do 5 damage on.
And then I'm gonna finish with taken my steps right back to where I was.
Okay, into
Or
cover.
was I here? I guess.
Uh,
Yeah, I think I was
right there would give you
Okay.
cover
A
that
little
they
bit
can't
anyway.
see.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So next, Kovac.
All right. Wait, you sure it's me?
What'd you roll?
I rolled
You
19. Lilith got a 20.
Oh, sorry. Lilith was a 20.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm sorry.
Just making
Yeah,
sure.
Lilith, it is your go. Current. There we go.
All right. Well, since I heard a noise outside,
And
and I
you
heard
could
he's
hear
over
Rowan
there,
say, "Yeah,
from where I am, I have visibility on Rowan to kind of see him.
see him kind
Um,
of step. I mean,
I
you
would
can
be
see
able
past
to
Rith. You can see
where he
him go.
pointed.
Yeah, you can see him
Okay.
go to the right and then come back into view. So he kind of disappears out of the doorway. You watch as he steps over about 10 feet, draws his bow. He kind of disappears behind the door jamb, and then he comes back and he's holding the bow in his hand.
Here's a question. Do you allow me to pass through friendly spaces?
If they let you,
Okay.
unless Rith chooses to keep
Yeah,
you
that's-
inside. I mean, that's up to him.
Rith will not.
Okay.
Okay. Move right there. And I still don't see anybody.
Do you have how far can you see? Dark vision. You have 60 feet of dark vision, or do you have dark vision?
I don't have dark vision.
You do not. Okay, so you can see low light, which Rith has. So yeah, he's just outside of range.
So I have the
And
torch.
Yep.
I will pull my bow
Okay.
and hold my action till I can see somebody. Direction.
Okay. All right. So holding your attack action. Got it.
Yes.
All right. All right, Kovac. Now it's your turn.
All right. I will go ahead and move up as far as I can here toward the house. Ah, there he is. I'll go ahead and double move then.
Okay. All right.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. To his go. Let's see here. He'll back up over this way, and fire at you again. He raises his hand and fires another blue blast at you. It's a 9, so I'm guessing that probably misses, right?
Yeah. Negative.
Yep. Okay. All right. So it arcs off into the side, and you can see quite a ways behind you to your left. It explodes. That is his go. All right. Rith, you have the go.
I will move there first. Oh, there, I see the guy.
Do you?
Let's see, that was.
I think he's
20.
just.
Yeah, he shows on my screen at least.
Oh, is he kind of dim?
Yeah.
Unless I'm not supposed to see him.
I think you have, because you have a torch, right?
Yeah.
So that
Yeah,
gives
but
you.
he's carrying the torch for those of us who can't see.
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah. So, and you don't have dark vision, right? For Rith.
Oh.
Uh-oh,
Oh,
he's frozen.
Only.
Hey, there you are.
All I have is low light.
Okay. So with low light, yeah, I think you'd be able to see. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I mean, he's. All
so right
right.
there.
Well, I move
yeah.
there.
Okay. You just moving your 30 feet.
Yeah, for right now.
And
I'm gonna spot around to see if I see anybody else.
okay, go ahead and make a perception check. Not with a natural one.
What's that, baby?
You're feeling a little bit like you want to smash something, so it's real hard for you to focus anything around you other than the person that's kind of in front of you. So, all right, Kerr, you're up.
I'll cast Shillelagh on my club, and since I can't see diddly squat, I'll come out the door.
All right.
Yeah, that's about all I can do.
All right.
I might be able to move a little further, but I think I'm good there.
Okay. Come back to the top with Rowan.
okay. I'm gonna move a little closer and shoot again.
Go for it. You hit. 3 more points of damage. All right. And all right, Lilith.
Okay. So when you fired, I should have been able to see kind of where it came from.
Yeah, I mean you can
There?
kind of see
Bear
it
with it?
on. You can see it on the bare outline of, like the edge of the torchlight.
I'm gonna move up a little bit farther.
Okay.
And I will take a shot at it.
Okay. Anyone will hit. Just your basic damage. Okay. All right. Are you is that you still have a little bit of movement? Do you want to do anything with that?
Just, I think, 5 feet this way.
Okay.
Stay near the light.
Kovac.
All right. There we go.
Behind the tree a little bit.
Yep.
Okay.
That'll end my turn there.
Let's see. Rowan. All right, so it see it kind of reach out and a icy skeleton hand reaches out and attempts to grab you. So 22 to hit, I'm guessing does
Mm-hmm.
on Rowan. All right, so you take 5 points of damage,
What kind? Sorry.
necrotic.
Okay. It kind of cut out when you said necrotic. I couldn't
Oh.
hear.
Sorry. Up there onto the platform. His go. This guy pops out from behind the house and takes a swing at Kerr. Aww. He tries to stab at you with a little dagger. Nat one's it. So
Oh, nice.
go figure on that one. He's like aiming to hamstring you and just goes right between your legs. So you like look down for a second, you see a little dagger pointing out. It's like small. I mean, this guy's only about he's about Lilith's size. This one
Okay.
is. The other one that you guys have been fighting is about 5'6" or so. So a little bit shorter than you guys, but normal size. This guy's a little bit smaller. So he does come up to about mid-thigh for you, maybe knee. So, and that is his go. Rith.
Can't get to him this turn. Sure, why not? I'm gonna move there, and I'm gonna breathe on him.
Go for it. So it's dexterity, right?
Yep.
All right. So he rolls a 13, so he takes half, right?
Half. Yep.
Half damage. Okay. All right. He's looking a little hurt at this point, so the acid kind of clings to him. You can see it like eats away a little bit at the clothes as it kind of he dodges mostly out of the way, but it kind of catches him on the thigh because you are a little bit lower. So like you're on the as you're at the edge because of your height, your head is basically kind of at the base of the platform. So you like spit your line of acid at him, and he jumps mostly, but you kind of catch one of his thighs, and eats away at it. And with the light, you can see that his skin is very, very pale. So that is Rithsko Kerr.
All right. I want to say I really don't want to have to hurt you and then use my hidden step ability to turn invisible and like cut behind him.
All right. So that's until the start of your next turn, right?
To the end of my next turn.
Oh, end of your next turn. Okay. Unless you make an attack.
Yep.
Oh. Rith disconnected for a moment here. Wondering if his internet. You still there, Rith? Oh.
Yeah, hopefully he'll reconnect by the time we get back to him.
Right. All right, so Rowan, you're back to the top.
So I'm gonna move here and then take another shot at the big guy.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, that one misses.
They've just gotten worse every shot.
All right, so that one misses. You still have some movement left if you want to use it.
I'll probably just chill right there.
Okay. And Lilith.
I'm gonna take another shot at the big guy.
Okay.
'Cause I honestly wouldn't be able to see over to the other guy. So
Correct. If you could, I mean, it would basically be a disadvantage to see everything up there. So, yeah, so it's not pitch black or anything, but yeah, 19 will hit. Points. All right.
I will just move one step back to put my back against kind of the wall there.
Okay. I mean, you're kind of on the corner there, so I mean, if you move
Yeah.
up one more to the side, you'd be against the back of the house if you want. Up into your, yeah, we'll say right
Kinda
there.
right there?
Yep, right there. So you'd have your back to the house. Nothing nothing will come up behind you there. Go back.
All right. Move there. That'll end my turn.
I mean, if you want to move one down, you can. I mean, you'll be occupying you'll be like right behind the tree.
Is it
If you-
okay?
If you wanted to be like a little closer. So yeah.
Yeah,
you'd
no,
be
that's
like,
fine. Okay, right
yeah.
there.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
Not everything lines up properly.
Yeah,
so.
it's hard to tell where the grids are. So.
Yep.
Okay, now that works.
Here, actually, sorry, I don't know why I don't have that on. There you go. Give you guys a little bit better of an idea since we're in combat.
Nothing popped up for me.
Yeah, nothing
Me
either.
either.
Oh,
Okay.
you guys don't see the grid?
No.
Negative.
Let me move you guys here real quick. The other one. How about now? Anything?
Nope.
Nope. All right.
It's all good.
I think
Yeah.
if we can do it ourselves under view, I think, or I can.
Oh yes. Oh, view grid. Okay.
View
yeah.
and then show grid.
Show grid.
I didn't know
okay.
if it would allow us to do it. I didn't know if like, you had to
yeah.
do it or if we had to. So I decided
No, you
to
should be
try.
able to. Okay.
Okay, well, as long as it's hooked up.
Hey, we can hear you.
I hear him.
Yeah, sorry, I got disconnected again. I am borrowing Catherine's hotspot
Oh,
on her
okay.
work phone, so we'll do that. That should be fine, stable at least for the night.
Sure.
So hopefully. Thanks, babe.
Are you able to see map tools or?
Yep, I'm in.
Okay,
Everywhere.
I see you there. All right.
Yep.
So while you were gone, Kerr, I'm not sure what the last thing you heard was.
Kerr went invisible.
Okay, so he went visible, stepped behind the guy. In the meantime, Rowan fired another shot. You felt it kind of whiz over your shoulder towards the guy and went off into the trees, missing.
Okay.
Kovac moved up to get a little bit closer and was positioned behind the tree up there, and Lilith took a shot and nailed the guy in the thigh. So
Okay.
he's looking more hurt. So all right, and into him now. So go ahead and it'll fire a blast at you, Lilith, since you keep hitting it. So 6 to hit, so that'll be a miss again, as it just slams into the the corner of the house to your right. So he will step over this way. So he drops down. He drops down about 5 feet. So he's kind of. You watch him drop down to the other side over there. Rith. You can't exactly see him because of the height of the pedestal itself, but you saw where he went to.
Okay.
That's his go. Guy. What languages does everyone speak?
I speak Common, Elvish, Giant, Druidic, and Sylvan.
Okay. So you'll hear the smaller guy say in Sylvan to the larger guy over there. This is the big guy went invisible. I don't know where he went, and the other one responds back by saying, "Just focus on the one on the other side of the house, the small one."
Excuse me. I'll be right back.
That was anybody that spoke Sylvan.
I think
Heard
that was just Kerr. Yeah. So Kerr heard that.
Well, I speak Sylvan.
Oh, do you? Okay, yeah. So yeah, you heard that too.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't hear what. I know he said what he heard, and I guess I didn't wait for everybody else to tell me what they spoke.
Oh,
So
that's all good.
my bad.
I do not speak.
Okay, I figured it's probably halfling and common, right?
Halfling, common, and elven.
Yeah. Okay.
I do not speak.
Sorry about that. Something fell in my living room. I wasn't sure what it was.
Oh, that's no problem. All right, so you and well, I mean, you
It's a
understood
shadowy
it, Kerr, and it is a shadowy figure. It pops around the corner and takes a swing at you, Lilith. 12, I'm guessing, will not probably hit you, correct? I didn't hear you respond if you did.
Correct. It is not.
Okay. All right. So takes a swing at you with its dagger. It stands at about equal height with you, so. All right. That is its go. Rith.
So my maul is considered a two-handed weapon
Correct.
with a torch in my hand. I would have to drop that to swing my maul, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So I will move up here, dropping the torch.
Okay.
And pulling out, pulling out my maul to swing.
Okay.
Swing.
Team will hit. $10 damage. All right. All right. You round the corner, and as you're coming around, you drop your maul and just wind up like a big old baseball bat as you kind of come around, spot him, and as you smash him into the side, he smashes into the obsidian. You swear you hear something crack, and that felt pretty good.
Nice.
So, Kerr.
All right. Question. So they're
Yes.
traditionally garbed, and the small one has a dagger. Do they have quivers?
Not that you can see.
Not that I can see.
Not that they not. Well, I mean, you were right next to the other one. You did not see him having a quiver. No.
Okay. I will sneak up. Hopefully, I can get to this guy. Yep.
Okay.
Right there. Lean in, and I will whisper into his ear, Druidcraft, requesting a flower to sprout from his nose.
Okay. All right. So you just Do you whisper anything in particular to him, or are you just
No, I
casting
just
the
like
spell? Okay.
I whisper to the pollen that he's breathed in and
Sure.
request it to form a flower.
All right. So, well, as this guy stabs at you, all of a sudden, a flower of what color? What color you wanted?
It's probably a vibrant purple with like green stripes on the inside.
There you go. A vibrant purple flower with green stripes on the inside sprouts from this guy's right nostril. You can't really see his white nostril, so like you see the face covering just kind of bulge for a second, and he like really jerks, and then all of a sudden just like peeks out of the top, and it's like this strange like almost unicorn horn type thing, or one of those deep sea fish that has like the light above its head. It's just kind of it's just kind of hanging there. He's a bit unnerved. He's a bit unnerved at that point. All right. Anything else for you, Kerr?
I know that's all I can do. Yeah.
Okay. So you turn visible again, correct?
Yep.
All right. Rowan, it is back to you.
So, like, right now I wouldn't have very good vision on the big guy, correct? Because the pedestal you said kind of stands
Let's
up off
say-
the ground, or...
Let's say he has about half cover. So it'd be a bit of a tight shot with the big old dragonborn standing there,
Right.
too. But
well, I'm gonna cast Blade Ward on myself.
okay.
And then just, like, kind of step here.
All right. Lilith.
I am going to drop the bow.
I don't know.
Okay.
Did I describe how flanking works for in this particular campaign for the way attack rolls go for you guys?
Don't think.
I don't recall you mentioning it in this campaign.
Okay. So
We did flank in the battle with the wolves.
did you? Okay.
One
So
point,
yeah,
but
we
I don't
did,
think you
yeah.
I don't think you actually explained it. So
well, for me, if you're flanking, it does give you advantage on your attack. So I figure that's important for you, Doug.
Yes, it is very important.
Go ahead,
I
Lilith.
am going to move here, staying within his attack
Yep.
range. And I will drop my bow there and draw my rapier to attack him.
Right ahead.
Oh, that means I get to reroll because I'm
Yeah, well-
lucky.
Well, no, you have advantage. So
Oh, that's correct. That's right.
so
I
just
forgot
roll
about
your
that.
roll your second attack, and then you can determine if you want to use your halfling.
Am I
luck.
lucky or not?
Hey.
I think I think I will.
Okay,
Oh,
That's a
please
good
don't do
idea.
a 3. Don't do a 3.
that'd be pretty awesome. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
I would think that would actually, even though it's super suck, I think it would be actually much better.
14. Let's see. I can't remember what that got. 14 just hits.
Each.
Just penetrates his leather armor.
So I'll
Get
have
sneak
to do
attack.
2 rolls here because the rapier's a D8.
Yeah,
Oh.
sure.
So
That's fine.
it's
Okay.
just the rapier.
Plus 1d6, right? Nice. You manage to puncture into him, and it goes. You feel it like as you're jabbing into his chest. You feel it like hit a bone for a second, and then the rapier like bends a little bit and just slips in between the ribs. You hear a very audible. He's still up, but he's like holding his side as you blow it back and kind of arm clutched close to his side. He looks very hurt. So, all right,
My turn.
Kovac.
All right. And what time of day are we?
Well, I mean it's afternoon, but in this particular area, it's almost like night.
Okay.
So it's all shadowy.
Gotcha.
If you're looking for that.
Man. All right. Yeah, I'll just keep playing Ring Around the Rosie. So.
Okay. He just kind of stayed away from you.
All right. He's smart. He's smart.
Right. Steps over here. Stays within your range there, Rith. He'll go ahead and draw out a short sword and swing at you. 17 will miss, right?
That is correct.
Okay. He misses with that. All right, that's it for him. The little guy is gonna go ahead and stab back at you, Lilith. 13, I'm guessing misses, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so he stabs at you. It's obvious that the wound that you gave him is affecting him pretty dramatically. There's just no power behind it, and you just easily parry it with your rapier. So moves on to Rith.
I'm gonna go ahead and swing my maul at him, and as I swing it, I'm gonna tell him to taste hammer.
Okay. 23 hits, 16 damage. All right. I need. Okay, I need both Rith and Rowan to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Really?
Yep. All right. So Rowan, you take half this. All right, so 6 points of damage as you hit this guy. You say "Taste hammer," and he, you feel a satisfying crunch as you just smash down on top of his head because, I mean, he's about a foot shorter than you anyhow, so why not? And as you hear that crunching sound, his body just bursts into a bright burning light. And this radiant light just washes over both you and Rowan. Rith, you are blinded. In this darkened light, it's just a silent light. It's a sudden, like, almost like phosphorus round going off. It's just incredibly bright. So you're not sure what happened. Maybe you just punched him out of existence and, just did something amazing. But for now, you can't see. So
Is it just regular damage or a specific kind?
radiant.
Okay.
Yep. So. All right. That is Rith's go. I mean, Kerr and Lilith, I mean, you guys would have seen this too as it happened. So,
Right.
Kerr, you're up.
In Sylvan, I look down at the guy, and then Sylvan say, "This ambush isn't really going all that well for you." And then cast Druidcraft to ignite my Shillelagh cudgel.
Okay.
And just kind of loom in over him.
All right. So you now have a glowing on fire club.
Yeah.
Cool.
Should I roll an intimidate?
You can if you'd like. If you're trying to get him to surrender or?
I am trying to get him to at least give up.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll an intimidation.
4.
Yeah. The giant cow-looking guy just lit a stick on fire. Like,
Sure.
that's really different, but whatever he's here for is probably more. This seems more impressive than you at the moment. You... All right.
Yeah.
You tried. That's a good effort, you know. All right, Rowan, you're up again.
So is the big guy still standing then?
No, he burns to ash.
Okay, because I know you said that Rith was
Um,
blinded, but I didn't know for sure what I saw.
No, so you see him you just see him catch on fire
Mhm.
and just burst, and when he comes back, the only thing that's left is, let's see here. Basically his sword.
Gotcha.
Other than that, it is his clothes are gone, his body is gone, and basically you're just looking at a pile of ash that was right next to where Rith dropped his torch.
Cool. Well then, on that note, I'm gonna shoot the little guy.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm not gonna shoot the little guy. I'm just gonna be like, "There's an arrow towards you. Scary."
Pinned in the wall right above his head.
Why are you so
Pretty
short?
All right, that is Lilith. You're up.
I'm not so nice, so I'm gonna stab him again.
I figured as much. Yeah, no. Still have advantage, so
Oh,
roll
yep,
your
sorry.
second one. It's all right.
That's-
All right.
Ooh, I can re-roll that.
Is the halfling lucky once per turn, or is it once per?
You know what? Let me double check.
I thought it was like a short rest or something. Oh, when you roll a one for when you roll a one. Yeah.
When you roll a 1,
Yep. So, and you rolled a one, you can re-roll it, and you have to use the new roll.
it can't be any worse.
I mean, that's true. It
That's a little
definitely
bit
was
better.
not worse. So,
Okay.
all right.
All right.
So that hits. You get sneak on him again. Okay.
Oh, damn.
So this time you aim a little bit higher and just go straight through the leave a nice little hole right in the center of his trachea and just draw it out. And as you just pull it out, you go to wipe your blade to put it away. Need both you and Kerr to make your Constitution saving throws as well.
Ooh,
Wow. There you
bam.
go. All right. So this one, I mean, he does about the same thing. He seems like as your blade comes from his throat, that you see a little like white light start to kind of poke out and just expands from there, just burning his entire body in a flash of light. This one doesn't seem to like radiate any energy from it, but when it's done, I mean, you guys managed to avert your eyes at the last moment, and neither one of you are blinded. But when you look back, there's just a pile of ash again, and you kind of you see a dagger just like sticking in the ground, hilt up.
Keepsake?
Oh, definitely. And I'll pick up my bow that I dropped also.
Okay. That takes care of the initiative. What would you guys like to do now?
I will probably scream and hit the area where he was, as I say, can't see. Or no see.
Okay. So you take one sling, and then like looking at the sun, I mean, the black spots start to clear, and all of a sudden you see nothing in front of you. Are the rest of you just kind of looking at him?
Yeah,
I can't see.
after I look where search the area right there with where the dagger is.
Okay.
I want to pick up the dagger.
Kovac, you come around the corner, and
Yeah, so I'll come around the corner.
you see the Dragonborn just swinging wildly at the area in front of him, yelling, "Can't see!"
And I'll see both are dead.
You don't see him at all. I mean, you saw flashes of light from across the area there, but
Okay.
you'll see like little piles of ash though, and by the piles of ash, I mean you'd be able to see maybe a sliver of like the sword laying on the ground there, right where
Okay.
Rith is swinging. And you'll see Lilith kind of searching through another pile of ash over there and picking up a dagger. So
Fitting. Okay. I'll just I'll second wind then.
okay. Plus your level, right?
That's all I need, so that'll work.
So yeah, it's 2 + 1, right? You get your level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm just gonna stumble over by Kerr and just sit down and be like, ugh. That was rough.
I suggest we get inside and hunker down for the night. I don't have much spells to heal everybody, so we're going to need to sleep.
That's fine. I can take first watch if you guys need to sleep.
So yeah, I can watch too.
Was there a chimney in the building or like windows?
No, you don't see any windows. I mean, you do see a chimney. So there's a rudimentary like, it's not even like really a chimney. I mean, there's a kind of vent in the back that looks like you can light a fire in there. But it's not. This place was pretty hastily built, so it doesn't have a whole lot of amenities to it. So
Okay. I'll go like down here and gather some wood.
okay. I mean, like I said, there was basic cooking implements in there. A place to cook. There was a little bit of firewood in there. Not a ton, but there's some. If you want to grab some more, you can.
Yeah, I'll gather up some more.
All right. I mean, you know what you're doing, so it's kind of what you do. So.
And while I'm at it, I'll use my wander ability to gather us food and water.
Sure. You go over to if you go over to the creek, there is like ice forming at the edges.
Okay.
It appears to be coming from. I mean, the water source appears to be coming from those rocks that are kind of down in this area here. I'll give you are you gonna get your own torch going or anything like that?
Well, my club is currently lit
oh
on
yeah,
fire.
that's right. So there you go. All right, you have a torch. So the rocks that you see in front of you there, I mean, you can't see past them necessarily because they do go up quite a bit. Probably about 15, 20 feet. They're fairly large boulders.
Okay.
But the rocks that you see there are the water appears to be coming from back there, and you do recall that when you passed by that guy, you could kind of see back in this area over here. There was a fairly like almost large ice formation that appeared to be fairly recent, but the waters around the edge of this particular stream that are coming out are iced over. There is still water running, and as you tap on the ice on the shore, it's not real thick, but
Okay.
you're able to kind of break it and gather water though. So it's nice and cool and crisp.
Right.
You do find some food, so whatever you guys want to. All of you are going into the hut itself.
I believe Kovac and I are going to stand watch.
Okay.
And grab the drop torch
Sure.
so that way I can see.
All right.
Kovac.
I'll start skinning one of the wolves, and then I'll cast Purify Food and Drink via ritual over it.
Okay.
And
All
start preparing a meal over the fire I've got going.
Gotcha.
Or will get going.
Okay. Are you skinning the rest of the animals as well?
Just one of them at the moment.
Okay. All right. Anybody else doing anything? I mean, you guys do have quite a while before it's technically considered night. Probably only about 3 in the afternoon at this point. About 3, maybe 4 o'clock. Getting close to there. No, sorry. My apologies. It's only about if you guys are hunkering down here, it's only probably about 11:30 or noon. So it's still not even necessarily midday.
Oh, it's early.
It is early.
You guys took about 3.5 hours to get here. You kind of poked around the outside for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and then you had this little brief encounter. But so you're probably sitting at close to noon, maybe a little after.
Well, we should still rest at least a little bit. Have a meal. Who's hurt the worst? I can give you a heal.
Hurt. Ow.
Okay, so who is actually hurt worse? Like, from my perspective.
What'd you take, Rith? You took 6 points, right?
Yeah, I wasn't fully healed either. I'm probably looking at.
I mean, wounded would be about half.
Half.
Bloodied is about 75%.
I look bloody.
Okay.
Same.
Rowan, you are bloodied?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. It's going to be Rowan then.
Okay.
I will actually use Cure Wounds.
Oh.
6.
Spend your spell slots then?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you, my friend.
All right. So you're just basically preparing lunch, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. And ritual cast is 10 minutes, right?
10 minutes, yep.
Okay. So you can prepare lunch. It'll probably take you, I mean, between the ritual casting and getting everything prepped and ready to go, maybe a half hour to do all that. So probably looking at, you think it's 12:30, maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon at this point by the time you're done.
Okay.
The three of you in there right now. Lilith and Kovac, you will smell food coming from the place if you choose to go back and eat. But
This is smelling good, Elf. Should we go back inside?
I suppose. I don't see that we'll get ambushed again anytime soon.
I'll step out and be like, "Come get your weird wolf," and then just step back in.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Could be interesting.
All right. So you guys step in. Food's ready to go. Anything you guys want to talk about?
Did anyone notice the one exploding?
It was hard to miss.
Yep.
No.
What was that?
Had a good view.
I've killed a lot of people, and none of them have exploded.
Can't think of a time I've killed anyone where they've exploded either. Of course, I can't think of a time where I've killed anyone.
You've never
Hammer.
killed anyone?
Poof.
Never.
Yes, your hammer went poof.
Want to roll anything? It'd probably be a nature check. See if you recognize anything about them.
I'll give it a shot.
I will too.
Nope.
Nothing that you can really think of. I mean, it's very different, but yeah, all kind of at a loss.
That was weird.
Got an 18.
Yeah, like I said, you're not really. You've never encountered anything like that in nature before, or anything you've ever fought. You're right. I mean, that was really peculiar, to say the least.
Odd, and they were yelling in some language.
They spoke Sylvan.
Sylvan. What did they say?
It was a comment on my going invisible.
Ah. Well, that was pretty impressive. Very impressive.
Thank you. It lasts
Probably.
like 6 seconds.
Would have been a little bit more impressive if you'd hit him. When you were
That's
invisible,
6
but
seconds longer than I can go invisible.
I will respect you.
Technically, almost 12, because it's to the end of your next turn.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I wonder where they came from.
I want to take a look at the dagger that I picked up and see if is there anything different about it, or just a normal dagger?
No, I mean it's different than anything you've ever really seen. The thing that really sticks out to you is that it's not. I mean, it has a wooden handle, but the wood doesn't really seem to be like any color that you really recognize, or any thing that you've seen before yourself. The metal has kind of an odd tint to it as well, but I mean, you've seen blades with different, steels with different kind of tints or textures to them, so that doesn't really throw you in for anything. It's more the wood. Very nice craftsmanship, though. I mean, whoever made this, they know how to make a dagger.
My druid friend.
Yes.
Have you seen this sort of wood before?
Have I seen that sort of wood before?
Unroll a nature check.
So good at that.
One of these times.
14.
No, and that's really odd to you because I mean you've done a lot of traveling, so if the coloration is not anything that you've ever really seen before either. Pretty foreign.
Can't say that I recognize it from anywhere.
Me either. I'm gonna have to get this checked out.
Did
Get
anybody
back to a town.
did anybody grab the sword?
It.
Does it look similar to the dagger? Like metal
As far
and
as-
whatever.
Yeah, metal and wood grain structure very similar, so more than likely from the same area or maybe even Smith.
Somebody like to carry this sword?
What kind of a sword is it?
It's a short
So
sword.
short.
Ah, I'll pass.
I prefer my stick.
Did you put
Ooh.
out the fire on your shillelagh then?
No,
Rogue?
it's still going.
Alright.
So do we have a plan moving forward? Does anybody have any idea about that archway?
Oh, it's fairly mysterious.
It really is.
It didn't seem that we learned much from walking on it.
No,
No.
it hurts. It hurts.
You did notice that when the guy stepped on it, didn't seem to have any impact on him. When you stepped on it, those little like midnight blue veins in there kind of popped for just a second.
He passed through the archway, right? Too.
Yeah.
And it didn't disappear at all.
Nope.
Like the rock did. Okay.
The rock and the ball bearing didn't disappear either. It just
Oh, I thought it did.
no, it went through and just it disappeared into like the darkness because it went beyond his
Oh, our sight.
his
Gotcha.
viewable area. Yeah. Anybody with dark vision would have kind of seen it disappear into the foliage, but yeah, he walked through it.
Maybe a cursory check of the area is needed. This might not be the only thing.
True.
What do you guys want to investigate?
Well, do you guys need to rest yet? Do you want to take your rest now and then move out? Or do we want to burn some more daylight?
I'm good to go.
Let's use as much daylight as we can. It's already dark under this canopy. It's going to get worse at night.
Okay.
Okay, so are you guys investigating in the area, or were you planning on heading back?
I say we take a look around. There's
Yeah.
got to be more here.
Anybody hop that creek? Or do we still need to?
I have not. There's a strange ice formation near it, though. So that's a good place to start.
Huh.
So go that way.
Yeah, it should be right there below you, Kerr. Hold on, let me do something.
Oh, so my vision's blocked. I can't see much.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I think it's
Can't go on top of it.
how about now? Now you can see it.
I cannot.
If you come over this way, you can.
Okay.
Into the water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now you can see it there. There you go. For some reason it was just you had to actually go back and then come back. Okay. Yeah, because you can see it right now, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
On the stream. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, this just looks like it's a fairly large ice formation. When you guys can hear, you hear the distant sound of like a water kind of bubbling up from it. If you want to make an investigation check, you certainly can.
Yeah. What's the temperature feel like out?
In this surrounding area, it's chilly.
Okay.
Really nice.
Hey.
Is Rith doing anything or just following?
Just following.
All right.
This is
Go
in
back
his
as you're
expertise, so
sure. As you're kind of investigating around on the back, you notice kind of etched into the ice. The ice doesn't really give off an unnatural vibe, other than the fact that it appears to have almost like a flash freeze in a way. And I mean, just the fact that it's really odd that during this time of the year you have such a large chunk of ice that's here. But you notice that there is a diamond symbol carved into it, sitting over what appears to be maybe a chair or a throne of some sort.
Is that me?
That's what you
Okay.
see. Yeah, you rolled a 20, so
Yeah.
23. I mean, that's
I'll point it out to everybody. Does anybody recognize this?
Is that similar to the symbol on the archway?
the diamond is very similar. Yes. You didn't see the throne though. That's kind of different, but it is similar iconography. I mean, you can roll a religion check. Or nature, whichever one you want to do.
I'm so good at nature. I'm going to go with religion.
All right. Okay. Kerr and Rowan, I mean, you guys, Kerr, something about this has stuck you as odd from everything that's been going on. I mean, Alec, actually, you said you kind of had like Fae vibes.
Yeah.
And you're getting that from this particular symbol too. You're getting Fae vibes. You're not exactly sure what Fae, but it definitely feels Fae. Everything that you've had happen up to this point is just leading you towards something Fae-like. Rowan, I mean, you've seen this symbol maybe before too, and it was, yeah, you kind of got it from some Fae stories that you've heard, maybe from your teacher that you had in the past, or from picking up a random book to kind of add something to your repertoire. But again, you're not really sure exactly what Fae this relates to.
Mm-hmm.
What's an actual throne in the ice?
It's carved in. It's like in a.
Oh, okay.
You guys didn't notice it first. It's kind of like in a crevice, but it looks like it's a shape of a diamond, and then below it, carved into it is the likeness of. You could think it's a chair, but I mean, when Kovac takes a second look at it, he goes, "No, that definitely has a throne feel to it."
I'll make sure to like tell everybody what I get from it, like the simple fact that I get Fae vibes from it, or what little bit that I recognize from it.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up too. It's just that I don't know where to go from here. It's perplexing.
curious. Especially with the symbol here and the symbol on the arch. We're going in the right direction. That's what it means.
Oh no. I can't move. There we go.
Get off
That
of
was
me,
weird.
big guy.
All that healing just gone.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Nothing now. He stepped on
Steps
me. Like, did well, I don't remember from last time for sure, but like, did anybody search the house enough that where we would have maybe seen a symbol, or should it be something that I do now to see just if there was anything in the house that might have relevance
do
to
that,
the
sure.
symbol or whatnot as well?
Yeah.
Because like we did find some robes in there, and I don't know if they were all picked up or whatever, or
I don't think you picked them all up. I think
Okay.
maybe
I picked up a few, but I would have dropped them at the entrance there.
you guys just did a basic look around, and what you saw was the cooking stuff. So if
I'm gonna search
you get
it
inside
like,
the home.
just for something that I might feel would be related to the symbol or
Sure.
Fae or whatnot. I guess the robes too, if they're here inside as well.
Okay.
And investigation or
Yep.
Okay.
You search the robes. I mean, the robes seem to be pretty nondescript. Mainly, they just appear to be crafted to cover the entire body. You search around. You don't really notice anything specific. I mean, you do find one other symbol. This one's just of the diamond itself. It's almost on like what would be worn as like a pendant. But it appears to be carved into a black onyx-like material.
So then I'm gonna be like, hey guys, I found one in here too.
How many robes are there?
Appears to be enough for like 3 of each of them, aside from the ones they were wearing that burnt up. So there are 3 additional of each size.
And they're normal person size?
One group is, and then the other one is Lilith sized.
Okay. I'll
And
toss
normal
one of
person is like kind of generous because that guy was a little bit shorter. So, but
right.
I don't think any of you would necessarily fit into them properly. But
I'll toss one of the small ones to Lilith and a regular one to Rowan, and I'll be like, up for an experiment?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So perhaps the robe will allow you to pass on to the platform without it being all cold and skew.
I'll give it a shot.
okay,
I'll put on the robe. And then I'll go over here and say, I need a boost.
Sure. I just walk over, like, just grab her by the collar and pick
All right.
her up and put her on the pedestal.
Here's what we want to do. Sit me down. If I yell, take me back off.
Sure. Yeah.
all right. So you get set down. Go ahead and make a con save. One of the midnight blue veins just kind of flare again, and that is really cold. Like you've kind of had icy water before, but this is far beyond that. It just goes straight through the boots that you're wearing. You take 4 points of cold damage.
Ouch.
And
So,
you just
Yoink.
you almost yeah. They go to pull you off. You're already leaping backwards. So
Yeah.
Okay. That did work.
Didn't work.
Sorry. Yeah, I got
Take
nothing.
off the robe and throw it.
Anyone got any idea where to go from here?
make a perception check, everybody. Yeah.
Wow, we actually did. Most of us did pretty well.
Yeah. That's dang. All right. Yeah. So as you guys are kind of fiddling around with this, and after you get done with the pedestal, Curry, you've heard this before, but it's really you guys hear kind of just it starts on your right side and then kind of moves around to your back, and it's several like feminine, almost hauntingly cold voices. It's all the same voice, but it's just it seems to almost be echoing and resonating in your mind. And as you're kind of poking around, goes intriguing, but who are they? What do they want? Will they stay? Embrace the night? Intriguing. It just kind of fades away. Kovac, you're the only one that didn't hear it.
You see Rowan just like spinning around in circles, looking around, and he's like, did anybody else hear that?
Voices on the
I'll hit my
winds.
head and
Yeah.
say, "Oh, embrace night."
No embrace night? Okay.
I'm gonna take the robe back and pick it up
Okay.
and put it back on now.
All right.
Okay.
That was
Do they embrace the night?
Is that the closest tree over there? Yeah, we'll go over here. Using the speech to leaf, I'll be like, would you mind directing me towards where that came from?
Kind of sways back and forth a little bit and don't really get a clear vibe. It seems confused.
Cool, thanks.
It's from everywhere.
Kind of goes forward and back. Just goes still again.
So yeah, super useful. I'm glad I asked.
the shot.
Yeah, gotta use your abilities.
Hello, my name is Kerr.
Okay. You get a distinctive feminine voice. It talks to just you. You guys hear him talking to the wind and says, "Why do you impose on my domain?"
The local village is concerned about the change in the woods?
Mortals and their concerns. They concern me not. Is becoming my domain. If they stay away and bother me not, I have no reason to bother them.
I will kneel and say, may I ask, to whom am I conversing?
It is good that you know your betters and know to show respect. But no, you may not know.
That's
Who are
fair.
you
You are in the
talking
presence
to?
of royalty.
I'll just kind of like reach over and grab like Rowan's pant leg and tug just a little bit to down, get down, get down, down.
So I get down.
Okay.
No, like I mean, I start dancing. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I kneel.
Okay. So the voice speaks to you too and says, "Oh, another shows respect."
What
And
are you
who
doing?
might you be? What am I doing? What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm talking to Kerr. I haven't heard
Oh,
anything
okay. You're
yet.
talking. Okay. Yeah.
Not 100% sure, but fairly confident that an elf, Sylvan royalty is imposing their will in this area, and that is who we're talking to.
Oh. I will take a flourishing bow. And go down on one knee.
Such dramatics. I see much of that in my own court. But
Ah,
I appreciate your show of respect, genuine or not.
fellow royal.
I am a
Is-
true royal, yes.
Nice to meet one of your caliber.
No, you've
So,
not met me, and I hope for your sake you don't have to.
so this is your kingdom?
It is part of my domain, or becoming part of my domain.
Where do you hail from?
From beyond. Where do you hail from?
I come from the city of Waymoot.
I know little about that place. Not that I care. But
I am just a small person. And
Oh, you all
I-
are small people.
we would be
Even
honored
your
to
larger friend.
gaze upon your presence.
I'm afraid I'll have to not indulge your request. One of my stature does not simply mingle with those of yours, and as such, I would encourage you to turn back. Go back to your homes. Leave this place. Or don't.
Oh. We don't ask.
You
to
provide a
mingle.
mild, intriguing
We
distraction.
just ask to see Her Highness, so we may describe her glory to the citizens of the town nearby.
Go ahead and make a. Is this a persuasion on your effort, or are you trying to be?
Yes,
Okay.
I
Go
am
ahead and
trying
make
to
a
get her to show herself. Is really what I'm trying to do here.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go. Loving this lucky.
Yep. Go ahead. Is it a skill
Much
check?
better.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a skill check, so.
Okay. You kind of feel as she's speaking, Kovac and Rith, I mean, you guys feel this as well. There's a breeze that's kind of moving through the area. It's cold. It's like wintry cold. You guys have your traveling cloaks on and whatnot, and you kind of pull it around you because it's not intense, but it's enough to make you kind of shiver a little bit as you're standing there. And for a moment in front of you guys, just a shape, we'll say. Seems feminine, with a billowing cape behind it. Something that you would see like a noble wearing. Very extravagant, very long, with a kind of collar that comes up past her neck and above the head, and you can see tendrils of hair flowing about. It is pitch black. There is no light passing through it, and it's only there for a moment, and a blast of wintry cold air goes past you. Everybody make a strength saving throw. Okay. You guys all, as the force of this blow just kind of washes over you, everybody gets knocked to the back, to your back. Rith, you hold on for just a moment. You're like, I can do this. This is nothing. And then it just almost like a wintry uppercut just kind of catches you in the chest and under the head, and you're flown backwards and you land on your back.
DM, 1 second. I want to make a sleight of hand check to speak to my counterpart.
Sure. Okay. You'll be, if you're speaking, it's
with my hands.
okay. I mean, everybody will see whatever you're doing with your hands, but it's whether or not they understand. It's just so your sleight of hand fails itself because everybody's passive is good enough, but you can say whatever you like to say.
I've whispered it already.
Okay, don't forget to check mark my box as well.
Okay, I don't know. I have to figure it out.
Okay.
Sorry.
If you're using the whisper chat, but are you using the whisper chat button in the campaign macro?
Oh yeah, that's an easy way to do it.
Yeah. So underneath window, if you check mark the campaign.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yep, and then you can just click that button, and then you can just check mark the boxes of whom you want to send it to.
Okay. All right.
Then you don't have to worry about typing. It's real simple. So, all right. So if you want to copy that in and just redo it, that way I can make sure I have.
I will.
Okay. So you see that black presence show itself for just a moment as that wintry blast knocks you all prone. Uh, and then, just as quickly as it disappeared and that gust of wind hits, it's gone. And her voice resonates through to all of you. Now leave. I've revealed myself more than you deserve. And the air goes still
voice,
again.
Oh, voice lady.
I mean, you can keep talking if you want. Yeah, go ahead.
I just have one question. What's your goal here?
Slight breeze picks up again. Says, to expand. This is mine. I have claimed it. And I would ask you to leave.
So, Your Highness, what name may we call you by? Explain to the villagers to stay out of your domain. Whose great kingdom shall this be?
What?
Or
This
queen.
belongs to the queen. That is all they need to know. If they wish to know more, they have their books and their knowledge and their sages, and I'm certain they can deduce who I am.
Sorry, it cut out. I missed it.
Oh, so say I'm certain that they can deduce who I am.
With
The wind grows a little colder.
with like
around
any
you
of the
guys.
stuff that I've heard from her, would like I maybe think of something that I've read or heard or
We can make another. You guys can make another nature or religion check, whichever one you guys want to go with. I guess for Kerr and Rowan, since you guys had an idea. I mean, Kovac and Lilith, if you guys want to as well, since they kind of told you they had a Fey feeling about it. But back to that.
Oh, there we go.
Wow. All right.
I see all this stuff, it just doesn't retain.
Sure.
Light bulb just went on again.
Yeah, Kovac, you're just like, man, this is like cold, dark, diamonds thrown. I mean, this all the check boxes have just been like checked for you, and you're like, this is the Queen of Air and Darkness, like the Winter Court. So,
Okay.
pretty substantial person.
Errant?
Huh?
Errant darkness?
Queen of Air and Darkness.
Oh, air and darkness. Gotcha.
Yep. But yeah, it's just light bulb just went off for you. You're just like, man, why didn't I see this all before? It's all dark and cold. Shit.
Gonna edge this way and be like, I don't want to die. Let's
Yeah.
leave, please.
I'm with you.
I'm gonna start walking back the way we came.
Okay.
All right. I'm following.
Nope, done with this. Got it. Okay. You guys leave then?
Yeah,
It has been a
Okay.
pleasure. Take care. Goodbye. Farewell.
milady.
We will spread your word.
Right. So the air does, as you guys turn to leave, the air warms back to its just mildly chilly disposition. You no longer feel like you're beginning to potentially freeze or experience, the winter. So you guys just walking all like following your path back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I shall lead the way since
Yep.
Wanderer lets me remember where I've been.
Yeah. So you can make your way. You make your way back to the road that leads you kind of right by Arvin's house. It's actually almost like halfway in between the town and Arvin's house. A little bit like you get to a point in the woods where you can kind of see through, and you know where you're going towards Arvin's house, and then like off to your kind of left, almost straight forward and left, you can see the road. That leads back to town. You're like, we can probably cut like maybe 15 minutes off our time if we just go that way, less backtracking, unless you want to go back to Arvin. So you can head back to town or to Arvin.
I'm good heading back to town.
I mean, essentially, Kivin is the one that hired us, so like he's probably the one we should report back to.
True.
Okay.
I would still like to talk to Arvin. So if you guys just go that way, I'll go this way, and I'll see you later.
Okay.
And then I follow
the 4 of you. All right. Lilith, Kovac, and Rith, are you guys heading back to town?
Yeah, I'll head back to town. That
Yep.
contract was with Kivin, so that's where I'm
Okay.
headed.
All right. So, I mean, you guys will head back that way. It does cut about 15 minutes off of your time. It's still about 45-minute walk, roughly back to town from the edge of the forest. The 2 of you guys will make it to Arvin's house in about 15 minutes or so. So, what would you 2 like? So you'll approach his house. There is seems to be a fire going from the inside. There is a plume of smoke coming from the interior. And he's out, seems to be cleaning off a pelt at this point. You guys approach, he turns. Oh, you're back. Or at least 2. There's only 2 of you.
Everyone made it.
Oh, good.
I was gonna do a fake cry and be like, "We lost the other 3."
It's like, okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. Did you have any troubles?
Small bit of trouble, but I'll be honest, I came here to deliver these to you, and I'll bring out the 2 wolves.
Okay. So you had so the one you skinned you kept, right? Is
Yeah.
what you did. So you're giving him the 2 whole ones.
Yep.
That are left. Okay. Say, fantastic. I assume they were hostile or attacked.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'll just kind of like look at my legs.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, there's still marks there. I'm sorry that happened. The wolves can tend to be a little bit hostile generally, but I've been able to avoid them for the most part.
I have a question for you, sir.
Yes.
What do you know about the Fae, especially those in the area?
In the area,
Yes.
I wasn't aware that we had a Fae in the area. As far as, well, I mean, I've studied. They're one of the things, I guess, as far as like magic goes, that kind of held my interest due to the nature of the Fae. What ones are you talking about in particular?
See, what did Kovac say she was?
I think he said. He didn't. So.
Yeah. There's a queen of some sort doing the changing.
A Fae queen. What did you find exactly?
Well, we found the archway and the building and an odd ice formation on top of the creek. There was a repetitive diamond symbol on these objects.
A
And
diamond symbol?
Yes.
Well, there is a fae that you said a queen, and you said cold, and I guess it was getting kind of dark in the woods too. It sounds troublesome. There is an entity that's known as the Queen of Air and Darkness. Um, I mean, I guess most people would see her as evil, maybe. But it's not necessarily nature in and of itself. Nature can be cruel, certainly, but that's just the way nature is, as you
Right.
know. I mean, life and death are just part of it, as are summer and winter. It's just all part of nature. But she can be hostile at points. So you said she's the one that's doing the transforming of the area?
I think so. Won't swear to it.
That's what she said anyway.
Interesting. That does prove to be a problem. Don't necessarily know if I want to start encountering Fae in the forest. They can be good and bad. Some of hers tend to be a little bit more of the latter. Well, I would probably go. I'd probably go speak with Kivin and see if he has any kind of idea of what to do. Is the archway? I mean, did you do anything with it, or?
I stepped on it and instantly regretted it. And then
Okay.
I crossed it and instantly regretted that.
Well, you said you went through the archway?
Yep.
Well, I would guess that means it's probably a good thing, right? I mean, if you can go through it, it might. Maybe she's not fully in charge yet. Yeah, I would probably talk with Kivin and see maybe if he has an idea of what to do, or maybe someone in town has a better idea. Definitely doesn't sound good.
The other three are on the way to Kivin now, so.
Well,
guess we'll head there.
Good. Well, thank you for the wolves here. He slides you over some coin. Tosses you about 10 gold pieces.
Okay, I'll pocket 5 and hold the other 5 out, like in my hand.
Okay. Say, thank you for this. I'll get to work on these. They probably might see. I mean, you can see the pelt in the sunlight now, and I mean, it does. It's normally this would appear to have been almost like a gray wolf, but the gray has mottled tones of purples and blues and some darker pinks in it. So it's very shimmer. It almost shimmers. So potentially might be worth some extra money to the right person. So definitely very unique. So says, well, wish you luck. If you need anything else while you're here, let me know. I'll try to help as I can.
I will remember that. Thank you.
Good.
For the coin.
Of course.
Good day.
Good day to you.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right. So you guys start heading back to town?
Yep.
Okay. So take you about an hour or so of walking, depending on how quickly you want to do it. All right. So Kovac, Lilith, Rith, you guys make your way back into town. are you heading back to the inn?
To give it.
Yeah.
Okay. So back to the. Are you going back to the tavern to let him know? Because I mean, that was your meetings place with him.
Yeah.
I guess. So
Yeah.
That'll be the.
okay. All right. So you head back to the Bashful Maiden. Bam. Okay. I'll just leave it here. Actually, I have to move tokens here if you don't want to, but so you come back to the inn. It's by the time you guys get back with the walking and the stopping for a little bit, it's probably getting close to 4:30, 5 o'clock. So you're getting into the start of evening. The tavern itself is a little bit busier than the other times that you've seen it, aside from the night when you were there. But definitely a whole lot busier than the first time you were in. So, gentleman behind the bar is the same barkeep that was there before. So, what would you like to do?
Just and I'm gonna saunter up to the bar and say we're looking for Kevin.
He looks at you. Welcome back. Wasn't there 5 of you before, right?
Yeah. It's a tragic tale, but one we'll have to tell later. Let's start with some drinks.
I will have
certainly.
kept a neutral face.
Okay.
Same here.
All right. Go ahead and make a deception check. See how it goes. Okay. You see on his face, like for a moment, he's not sure if you're serious, and he goes, "Oh, well, yeah. I mean, if always toast a drink to the fallen. So, what can I get you guys?"
What would they have drank? Let's just get some cheap ale.
I mean, if you're asking what they would, he'd be like, "Well, he had this picture of the cheapest stuff." I mean, if
That's what we're gonna have.
sure, in their memory,
In their memory.
he will go and get a picture of some real cheap ale. It's not very good, but it would do the trick if you drank enough, probably. So,
I'll play
Well,
along and drink one.
okay. Compared to the wine you had the other night, this is terrible. It's awful. Rith, I mean, you had something very similar last time, anyhow. So it's
Yep.
it's
I'm
ale.
good.
Yeah,
It's
You-
ale.
you've probably eaten and drinking worse in your time frames, so it's fine. So he flags over the same boy that was there before, and he runs off. I'll sent word to him. I'm assuming if I know he was potentially waiting for your return, so I would assume he'll be here post haste. So if you need
Sounds
anything
good.
else while you're waiting, let me know.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So
Should we head on up to the room where we met the last time?
say, it's it's right over there. It's actually on the ground floor. So
Okay.
but yeah, he'll direct you. Say if you want to wait in there for him, you certainly can. I'm certain
believe
he'll
we
want
will.
to. Okay, very good. So you guys can go in there with your beverages and wait if you like. So you're in there for probably about 15 minutes or so. before Kivin arrives with the two guards that you'd seen before, as well as a female gnome. Appears to be dressed in some sort of not necessarily a robe, but almost religious type garments. You would guess would be your best guess. And he says, "Oh, I'm glad to see you all back. This is Ella, someone that I trust in this matter, as well as a priest of Tamora. Um, did you run into any issues out there? I only see three of you. What happened?"
We met your ranger. He had been injured. He took us a little ways into the woods and then stopped. He said he wouldn't go any further. I don't understand why. We didn't have any problems. Set upon by some wolves. We took care of them pretty soundly. And then we found the archway.
Okay.
And a small building to it with robes. I see that you're a holy woman? No?
Well, holy is, I guess, a subjective term, but I do follow Tamora, yes.
Would you recognize, and I'll pull out the robe that I have and show her, they had symbols on them, did they not?
No, the robes didn't have any kind of symbols or anything on them.
A symbol of a diamond.
Symbol of a diamond.
A throne.
Over a throne.
Yes.
She thinks for a moment. I mean there is different I mean, I've seen that particular symbol before, different variations of it, sometimes with just a diamond, sometimes a diamond with a throne, sometimes with a scepter, all generally pointing to the same individual. Is that what you found out?
Which individual?
Well, that would generally be the Queen of Air and Darkness, an Archfey.
Was my assessment as well.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
To say I'm glad we're all in agreement. That's fantastic. I love that when that happens.
Our friend here is a man of many words, but we all know that this is who it is. I tried to get her to reveal herself, but she was having none of it.
Well, I would certainly temper that expectation. Meeting the Archfey, something I generally try to avoid. They can be volatile. They might grant you a wish, or they might take your skull. I don't know. I mean, it's really dependent upon how they feel at the time.
You didn't feel like giving me a wish. I'll tell you that.
That's understandable. The queen is wouldn't call her bad. Definitely wouldn't call her good. Just well, cold. I guess is the best way to phrase it.
Great way to phrase it.
She'll look at Kivin for a moment. That's not good. Now, Arvin had indicated a structure out there. You said you found an archway.
Yes, archway made of it was onyx color.
Yeah, that would resonate with her. Yes, I mean her
radiated cold energy.
Again, yeah, that sounds about right. Well,
we are attacked by what I think were maybe her priests.
Her
priestesses.
priests?
They had
Mhm.
robes. They had these robes, and they carried these weapons. And I want to pull out the short sword and see if it brings any response.
She'll take a look at the short sword and, I mean, it's nice looking. I mean, I guess the wood is probably from the Fae, more than likely. The coloration seems about potentially right. Um, you said they were wearing robes. I mean, were they just clothes or were they robes? I mean,
They
what
didn't
did they
have the
look like?
robes on. The
What did they
robes were
look
in the
like?
house.
Okay. What did they
There
look
was
like?
one shorter one, um, sort of around my height, one
Okay.
regular human sized, and they had this tendency to explode
Oh, um,
when we killed
and
them.
did you? Interesting.
I'll chime
Um,
in. Pale skin.
Pale skin. So you could see their skin. Did you see any other features about them?
No.
No. Hmm.
They turned
Well,
to ash.
okay. Um, if I had to venture a guess, which I'm not keen on doing without being able to investigate or see something myself, but I would say that they were maybe darklings. Based on your description, I mean, did you were you able to see their face at all when you fought them?
My sight was
Close enough.
I mean, you got close enough a couple times, Kovac.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, you remember seeing that they. I mean, the only thing remember the only thing you could see from them was basically
Their
their
eyes.
eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you pass that along or?
Yeah, I'll pass that along.
Okay. Say okay. I mean that would check out if they had pale skin. Generally, they eschew the light. Try to keep themselves covered. Um, the exploding thing is new to me, but it's I've never encountered one. But if I had to levy a guess, I would say they were potentially darklings. They tend to serve the queen. Um, hmm. And how many were there?
we only came up against two.
And you said that there were some other robes or clothing in the
Oh
house.
yes,
How many?
there were a few sets.
Few sets. Okay. Well,
There are probably more out there.
potentially. I'm, I would hazard.
Unless she's recruiting.
Well, hey, I don't. She'll look at Kivin again. I really want. I want to see this myself. Was the way safe to it? As far as, did you encounter any other issues on the way back?
On the way back, we
So you
cleared the
fought
way
some.
there, but she made it clear that we were welcome to stay there.
That would make sense. Look, Kevin, I really do want to investigate this myself. Well, can't do anything about it today. I would say I know that your guys' job was to investigate this and to find the source and to make sure that the area was safe. If she's attempting to expand into our area, I would have to assume that the archway is maybe a gate that she's working on. Um,
Kind of what we thought.
if we can disrupt it, maybe it will dispel her influence in the area. Um, I'd like to go out there tomorrow. Give him a nod. Very well. I can join you, as well as my guards. Now the other two that went out with you, are they? Did you lose them out there, or were they?
We haven't seen them since the forest.
Since the
So,
what?
since the forest. We lost them in the forest.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your deception check again if you're saying you lost them. Okay. You're just saying you lost them in the forest. The gnome just kind of like arches an eyebrow at you and kind of smirks a little bit. Kivin's expression hasn't really changed a whole lot. He has a kind of the same stoned face appearance on him, but he doesn't appear to be impressed by your deception in any way. I mean, as you guys are talking, the two of you make it back to town. Are you going back to the tavern as well?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So you walk in. Barkeep, like his eyes just kind of like light up when he sees you guys. He's like, "I thought you. They told us you were dead."
When he says
We
that,
lost you.
when he says that, I'm gonna be like, "You're not gonna believe what happened." We were out there. We got separated. I thought they were dead. They made it back.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're in the room over there with Kivin now. I mean, they're talking to him. I guess, yeah, they thought so. I mean, how did you guys make it out?
I told
run
you, and
into
I
the same-
pat Kerr on the back, and I'm like, best animal tamer around.
Oh, wow, I'm impressed. Go ahead and roll
They
your
rode
deception
back
check
on the-
too.
They rode back on the back of sea turtles.
You get advantage on this too because he's
Fine, sea
already
turtles.
he stood in the water for 4 days, motionless, till they became acclimated to his presence. Oh my god!
I
That's
can't
what
get
I'm
any
talking
better
about.
than that.
You're welcome.
Remember, you have advantage.
I can't get any better.
You can't. I mean, all right. So he looks at you. He's like, all right. He's like, what? I mean, once you guys might want to go in there and talk to him, but once you get done, I need you to perform this for me here, and everybody needs to hear about this because that sounds amazing. How much time do you need to get that to prepare? I guess.
Probably a couple hours at least after this meeting.
Okay, you know what? I mean, if you want to prepare tonight or tomorrow, that would be great. I'm sure everybody. I mean, to hear the tale of how you escaped such certain death, I'm on edge right now, just waiting for it. But sorry. They got drinks in there here. He pours a pitcher, hands it to Kerr.
Thank you.
And he pours a mug and hands it to you, Rowan. Says, on the house, go ahead and go on in. When if you come back from the dead, you deserve a drink, right? I mean,
Just kind of raise my glass to him and nod at him and just kind of
That's-
start walking towards
I don't know, that's a house rule, but so as you guys are finishing your statements there, and he's saying how you lost them in there, and they're just kind of looking at you strangely. How do you guys want to enter?
I'm gonna kind of slam the door open to an extent, like not super hard, but just like fling it open and just
Sure.
be like, You guys are alive!
You're alive!
I can't believe this! We got so separated. I thought that you guys were not going to make it out. We barely made it out with our lives.
See?
So they just kind of turn and look. They're like, all right. I appreciate. She's like, I appreciate a good tale. That's wonderful, and I will look forward to hearing whatever it is that you want to tell me later. I guess back to the matter. Your friends here, or your compatriots, told us that you encountered the Queen of Air and Darkness while you were out there.
Yes.
Yep.
Very well.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, based on the information they shared with me, I would have to agree that that is indeed who the presence that we're dealing with. They informed us about the archway and the potential magical properties about it. Did you have anything to add about that?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, if you took out her, I'm assuming servants that were here, I would like to, like I said, head back tomorrow. She'll look over at you, Rith, for a second. She's like, oh, she leans over and touches you and gives you 8 hit points back. As she notices your wounds there. I mean, with your scales, it's a little bit hard sometimes to recognize how injured you are. But you look a little bit worse for the wear.
Priest?
Yes.
Could do with a little healing myself, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, of course.
Person
So
boom hurt.
the person exploded, and it hurt you.
Yes.
Interesting. I'll keep that in mind. She'll hit you for 9 hit points there, Lilith. She'll look at you. Anybody else injured from your excursion? Oh, I mean, if she'll 4 hit points.
It's almost like you rolled your own.
I know, right?
Oh, that one should have been different. Sorry. Should have been 9 actually. Sorry.
Ooh. Okay, I'll take that. I took the
Yep.
4 too. That's good.
Yeah. So, how's that leave everybody looking?
Pretty good.
Very good.
I feel
she's
great.
So
Oh, I only
Right.
have 9 hit points total, so I'm good.
If I was gonna say you could have been dead and she was bam, you're back. All right, she'll look. So if I would like to head back out there, if you're all willing to head back out again.
I can show you the way.
Okay. So
Is this a new contract?
well, this would be the completion of the one that you have right now. Since it would be
Well,
satisfying.
we have completed the information part. We've pretty much completed that contract. I think we need a new one.
Well, the contract itself was to investigate the strange happenings and to satisfy them to Kivin's source here, which would be myself. And if this threat still exists, then the strange happenings are not resolved.
That was before the Queen of Air and Darkness was involved. Archfey.
Well, and I do understand that.
You may need to renegotiate.
You can certainly attempt that with Kivin, since he is the one that he force a contract with you. If you wish to abandon the contract, you could. It would just result in you not receiving any pay. I'm afraid, since the contract itself would be unsatisfied.
You're confident that you can protect us?
Well, if you've encountered if you fought what you encountered before, then I think with our combined forces here, that we could certainly do that. I'm confident
If
that
the
I
queen
could.
herself shows.
Well, if the queen herself shows, then I don't know if anybody could protect us necessarily. But if the situation turns south, I would certainly not stick around to fight to the death myself. I am still interested in living, but I am confident in my abilities to stop whatever she started if it's not completed yet.
Okay.
Kivin will look. I certainly understand your hesitation in going back out there. We can certainly talk about additional pay given the danger of the situation. Be willing to increase the reward for the job by 100 gold pieces apiece.
Sounds fair.
Okay,
I will accept.
very good.
I like it.
Agreed.
Yep.
All right. Well, please take the night to rest. We will head out in the morning again. Yeah, it's definitely a different turn. Not what I was necessarily expecting. So, enjoy the rest of your evening. Again, I've left some coin with the keeper, and if you need any food, drink, please. It's on me tonight, and I'll see you in the morning.
I actually have one more question.
Yes.
Do you know someone I can take this sword to have it looked at?
Oh, I mean, we have a fair number of smiths in town. Fair number of traders as well. Are you just wanting to have them are you looking to have it appraised, or just potentially sell
Praised
it, or?
and see if there's anyone that might be able to identify if there's any magical property.
Oh, okay. Ella will be like, "Oh, I mean, I can tell you if it's magical or not."
Oh, that would be perfect.
It's a very
Then I pull
basic
out the
spell.
dagger.
Okay, it's a very basic spell. She'll go ahead and see your eyes kind of flash, kind of like a green for a moment, and then she looks at them. No, not necessarily. I mean, there's like a faint aura from them that kind of gives off a kind of a fey essence, but I think that's more of a lingering effect of where they were made. They're very nice, but you might be able to sell them for maybe a little bit more than a regular one around here, or find a merchant who's willing to find a collector for you.
Okay.
But she'll hand them back.
Okay.
Or I guess, I mean, you could have just held them out and she could do them
Okay.
that way. So,
No magical properties.
nope.
Okay. Just fey blades.
Yeah, they just are. They're nice blades. They just appear to be made from fey materials in a way.
All right, I want to go have her. I'm gonna walk out with her and say, "Can you direct me to one of these traders, or
right.
walk me to them if you're heading in that direction?"
Okay. She will take you to. It's actually not too far from where you guys are. So you guys are up in uh, this area, like over here. She takes you just a little bit down, um, and to a business called Marker's Fine Goods. So yeah, he's I mean, fine goods aren't necessarily always what he sells, but he is always on the lookout for something unique. Um, a lot of merchants will sometimes stop by because he'll have various items potentially that they might be able to sell elsewhere, things that we don't normally come across here. So, if anybody's potentially interested, then he may be.
Thank you much. I hope it's
So,
a good evening.
you as well. So, she will leave you to your potential selling of an item here. So, are you wanting to go in and see what you can get?
Yeah. What's the name of the place?
Markers Fine Goods. And you go in. I mean, it looks a lot like a general store almost. There's a bit more of a presentation nature to everything in the store. I mean, you recognize someone who's trying to be a salesman, potentially trying to oversell the stuff that they have that, or make it seem more impressive than it really truly is. But behind the counter, you'll see a looks to be a half elf gentleman. As you come in, there's some other people that are kind of wandering around. He knows. He says, "Ah, welcome to Markers. Please let me know if I can help you with anything."
You just may.
Oh, well, what can I help you with then?
What kind of collections?
What kind of collections do I have?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I'm a quite the accomplished person with some fine weapons, and I've
fine.
heard that you're one of the best.
Well, I do look for something that has a flair or something unique. My collection right now is I've sold a good number of the things that I've had to some of the merchants that have passed through recently. So I am looking to procure some new unique items if you happen to have come across anything.
Tell me your wares. Let's see what you have.
Okay. So you're just looking for unique items that he has?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just to kind of gauge on what he's got.
Sure. You'll come across. I mean, if he pulls out some items, he has a couple of instruments that he pulls out. One happens to be a lyre that has some silver inlay into it. Very nice dark wood. Some elven script across it. And he, strums a few chords on it. It sounds very nice. Very finely made instrument. He pulls out some. He pulls out a dragon chess set. It's a game set that's made from ivory. Very nice set as well. The detailing on it is quite superb. Then he pulls out a couple of. He has two weapons that he still has in stock. From what you could see and what you know of them, one is like a mace, and then the other one looks to be like a spear. But from what you can see of them, they look a little bit more ornate as opposed to functional. But I mean, they are nicely made pieces that would probably look very nice above the mantle of some noble or some rich person who's never going to use it for its just intended purpose. But those are the 4 items that you see that kind of stand out the most. He has some other items that he pulls out that really, I mean, based on your knowledge of stuff, it doesn't really look all that impressive. So,
My friend, these are the items you have here, and don't know if what I have would really fit in this in this collection that you have. It's a very fine weapon. It's a very rare weapon.
indeed. What?
Let me
Man,
show it to
see
you,
it. Yes.
and I'll pull out the short.
Okay.
This is a short sword made of fey material.
Interesting.
You would hardly find one of these
So
that
may I
isn't
hold
the
it?
hand of a fey.
May I see it?
Hand it to him.
Okay. So he takes it. You see him pull up like a piece of parchment, and he just kind of runs the blade along it for a moment, and it separates it. Edge is very sharp. Takes a look at the material, pulls out like a jeweler's eyepiece for a moment just to kind of inspect it a little bit, going over the edges. Takes a look at the handle, the hilt, and the guard and the pommel on the end. Takes a look. Says, "This is quite an exquisite piece. The wood is a very unique color. So you said you found this off of a fey individual.
Good.
Wow. This might not might not fit the collection that I have here, of course. These items generally I sell to other merchants as they pass through. I don't know that a good number of them might not be as intrigued by this, but I may have a couple of buyers that would be potentially interested in such a fine piece.
Makes it a specialty item.
Well, it could be. It's definitely very functional at that. Very fine edge. So I'd be willing to pay you for the weapon. Normally an item like this would sell here from anywhere from 8 to 10 gold pieces for a standard short sword. For this one, I would be potentially willing to pay you 15 for it, which would still allow me to sell it for a profit myself, of course. One has to be in business to make money.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. That's why I would suggest
20.
20.
Quite the price. Eat into my profits a little bit there. Go ahead and make a persuasion roll. Okay. You suggest 20. He's like, well, I would eat into my profits a little bit, but I think I have a buyer that may be willing to pay the asking price that I would need in order to make up the additional. You have yourself a deal. 20.
All it is. And this fine blade is now yours.
Pass it over to you, and he'll take the blade, put it underneath, pull out 20 coins, and set them on the counter for you.
And hopefully we can do business together again.
Well, if you find something that is unique, again, do come see me.
and hopefully we can make maybe even more deals down the line. I plan on business. I'm a business person, and maybe I can invest in your shop.
I mean, we are a fairly well established business. If you have something that is unique to offer, or a source of some sort that is unique to these areas, I would certainly be willing to consider it.
Maybe even maybe like a silent partner. With I supply you with the goods, and you be able to sell them.
May be able to work out an arrangement. How about if you come across any other unique items, then we can speak more at that point. Maybe establish a bit more of a rapport with each other.
Sounds fair.
Good. And I'm sorry, your name?
My name is Lady Lilith the Trader.
Lady Lilith. It's very nice to meet you. I am Marker, as the sign indicates, of course.
Yes.
But yes, if you do come across anything of seemingly unique interest, bring it my way. We'll discuss.
It sounds like a good business arrangement. I'll put my hand up, shake.
He will give you a slight bow and go about. If you're done, he'll go back to the rest of his tending to his shop. So,
yeah.
All right.
Head back to the tavern.
4 of you want to do anything while Lilith is off selling her goods?
Yes. Kovac, sir.
Yes.
I have your rope and your half of our profits.
Oh. Well, thank you.
I shall hand over your rope and 5 gold.
What profits from what?
The wolves.
Oh, right. Well, thank you. That's much appreciated.
I appreciate you lending me the rope. I need to go get some.
Okay.
So, Rowan has a tale to tell.
What? No. Tomorrow night. He said I could wait till tomorrow night.
He did. He definitely did.
But I was wanting to know if there are somewhere in this town to possibly buy like a potion, like a healing potion.
Okay. Are you asking
I'll
Kivin
ask
before they leave, or
I could
lady
ask
before
I mean, I could probably just ask the bartender dude. I'm sure he probably would have an idea.
He'll potions. I mean, yeah, some of the general stores will stock some of them for. I mean, they keep a fair amount, I guess, on supply for people passing through. Fair number of mercenaries come through, and things happen on the road. So there are a couple of places in town that you can go. He will send you. There's a place called the Central Market, which is actually it's in the middle of the town itself. Tends to have a lot of vendors in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say some of the local alchemists will sometimes set up carts as some of the caravans pass through, and they may have some potions on them there during the day. There's also he'll point over. He'll say on the other side of town, kind of off in this direction over here. He says there's a.
Wait. Do you have the town map up? Because I don't see the town map.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't move y'all
Okay.
because we're there. Okay. So the central market is in this area here. It's just basically in the middle of town,
Okay.
where the roads intersect. So he says, there's some carts that tend to be out there. There is also some other general stores over here that kind of sell some more commonplace goods. They can tend to have potions on them as well. There's actually a outfitter that there's another place. Timmons Fine Goods, he'll say. There's a spot like right here at the entrance of town. They generally tend to be like an outfitter for merchants or mercenaries, so they can sometimes have healing potions on them as well. So your best bet would probably be to check those places, either in the morning or afternoon would probably be the best times. Most of them are likely shutting down for the days at this point, but
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna ask about what time it was.
yeah. So most of the time they're normally open fairly early. Timmins is open generally shortly after dawn. The proprietor is fairly early to rise person, so if you need to do anything early in the morning or during the morning before the town becomes too busy, you can probably catch him there. Otherwise, the general stores are, in the morning they tend to be opening their doors for people as they're passing through.
Okay.
So.
And you said now they're pretty much all closing down, correct?
There might be. You could probably check with the general stores and see if they might still be open at this point.
Okay, I'll check.
Okay. So you rush out the door from the tavern to go take a look?
Yeah.
Okay. The central market area here, as you come out, it seems like a few of the places are starting to pack up for the day. There's still some people that are milling about some of the carts. So if you want to take a look at any of them, you certainly can. Make a perception check real quick, or investigation, whichever one.
Oh, I think they're both about the same.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go. All right. So as you're walking out, you do spot a cart that looks to be like a symbol of a glass bottle on it. You're like, if that ever said alchemy to anybody, you're like, that probably is about it.
That screams it.
So yeah. So you can. Person there appears to be getting ready to pack up for the day. Not necessarily like imminently ready to leave, but pulling some stuff back. So
I'm gonna like kind of quickly, not like run up, but just like quickly walk and be like, "Excuse me, does it look like a man or a woman?"
There's a woman, a human female there.
Like, "Excuse me, ma'am."
She's like, "Oh, hello. Oh, you caught me right at the last moment here. I was just getting ready to pack everything up. What can I help you with?"
I apologize about stopping you or slowing you down, but I was hoping to maybe purchase a health potion, a healing potion.
Oh, yeah, I have a couple. I have two different varieties here. One that's just a general healing potion, and then we have one that's of above average quality. It tends to do a little bit more. They are the smaller ones tend to run about 50 gold pieces. The other ones are about 275. I have two of the smaller ones and one of the larger ones.
And I'm like, are they where I can like just look at them like I know what I'm looking at?
She can pull them up, and as she's talking, she'll pull them up, and they're in this wooden vial holder. The ones that are smaller aren't that big. I mean, then the larger ones, the vials themselves are about the same size. It's just the base is a little bit bigger, so it looks like it holds a little bit more liquid, but the color's a little bit more intense on the
I'm gonna
the
be
one
like,
that she
do
says
you,
is more
do you
potent.
mind if I hold it for a second?
Well, I don't know what that would necessarily do for you.
Come on, you gotta trust me here.
Okay, make a persuasion check. See if she trusts you here. Says, well, okay. She pulls one of the smaller ones out and hands it over to you. They're fairly simple enough. Pop the cork, drink it, and tends to speed up the natural healing process.
Again, I'm gonna pretend like I know what I'm doing. And I'm just like swirling it around.
Sure, yeah.
Just
Like a fine
all kinds of
wine.
random things.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
we use a classic distilling process, taking some of the local herbs and roots that we find around here that have medicinal qualities, and then add a bit of well, I don't add magic myself necessarily, but there are components that tend to have magical properties to them, and we distill it in.
I've always heard that classic is best. Because I'm still kind of looking and shaking.
So I tend to agree. The tried and true methods are always the best way to do it. You get predictable results.
This is probably the best looking bottle of healing potion I've seen all day.
Oh, have you been traveling around in town much?
Well, I mean, we just got back from this dangerous place. And my friends, they're weak. They get hurt a lot.
This would certainly help their ailments then.
Yeah. And you know what? I like you. I'll take this one.
Oh, well, very good. It's just 50 gold pieces.
I give her 51.
51?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's like, oh, well, thank you very much for that. I hope this helps your friends or yourself.
And then I'm like, it's a pleasure doing business with you. And I wink at her and walk away.
Okay. All right. So she puts the coins away and the rest of her stuff, and she packs up her cart and heads off. Anybody else need to do anything?
Just gonna
For
eat,
the-
drink.
Eat and drink. Okay. What'd you say there for Kerr?
For the night,
Yeah.
I'm going to actually procure a room, and I'm
Okay.
going to use my herbalism kit to attempt to make a potion.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and what check was? It's just you're proficient with your herbalism kit, so it's basically your be your wisdom modifier plus your proficiency bonus. So
Okay.
basically it's just
It's a 6. So, okay.
yeah. So basically just roll like your wisdom saving throw or something.
Okay.
That'd be fine.
Huh. Okay, that's interesting.
What's that?
I don't have access to the macros on this page.
That's right. Yeah, no. Here, I'll just move you back. It's fine. You're on the bat. You're still in the forest, aren't you? Yeah. Okay, there you go.
Oh no, here again.
Yeah. Instantly teleported back.
Nope.
Was that your wisdom saving throw or wisdom? That's a wisdom check.
Wisdom checked, yeah.
Yeah, wisdom saving throw. Do your wisdom saving throw. Okay. So you're just trying to do a basic healing potion?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, it'll take you most of the evening into it, but you're able to, with your healing, with your herbalism kit, to create a basic healing potion. So,
Cool.
you set up the process. I mean, it'll have to run overnight for you, basically, but
Right.
you're able to do it. So
Do the rooms have windows?
yeah.
Okay. So, like, before I go to sleep, I'm going to sit on my bed and pull out my flute and play it, basically just for myself, just to play a little, like a lullaby or something, you know.
Okay.
And then when I'm done, I just like walk over to the window and just kind of stare out it in like a daze.
Okay. Playing some music for the evening to soothe yourself or get lost in something for a bit. All right. Anything for Kovac that he needs to do?
No. Nope, I'll stay in the bar for a bit.
Okay.
And then head up.
All right. And Rith is just eating and drinking, you said, right?
Yep. Eating, drinking, enjoying the bar.
Okay. All right. So if you guys are down in the bar, first 2 hours of there's a performer off in the corner. First hour goes by, they're terrible. They are just awful, and they get heckled off the stage. Next person comes up that feels like performing, equally terrible, just awful again. Some people throw stuff at them. They're just terrible. Third person gets up, they knock it out of the park. Now you're sure that you're like, I think anybody could have potentially been better because it's all by comparison at this point. But even with your expectations as low as they are for the rest of the night, this person just absolutely kills it. The mood of the bar changes quite a bit. It goes from being a lot of heckling to there's a little bit of dancing that happens on the floor, and the mood just improves overall. So, first 2 hours that you're down there, kind of crappy, but then the third hour on, the energy of the bar changes a lot more. It's a bit more enjoyable. So, that's the evening in the bar. So, right. Anything anyone else needs to do for the night? All right. We'll go ahead and end it there then. You guys can level up. 2.
Hey, hey.